This is Eric Sullivan over at Sullivan Banjo, and I'd like to introduce one of our new banjos. This is our new American Classic Style 4. And then this particular banjo was built more along the lines of the Snuffy Jenkins banjo. So you would have the white, black, white rings in the back instead of the standard wood purfling that you normally see on a Style 4. And this banjo here being number 1, we added a couple of the custom features that we offer here at the shop. It's got our factory floor rim in it in a block construction. And this one also has old growth Brazilian on the fretboard, which is pretty rare. It's harder to get now. So we only use it on special banjos. And then to round out this particular 4 is we used chrome plating. So it's just kind of a nod to the past. More aesthetic than anything else, but I think it does color the tone a little bit. That will give you more of the 4 sound that people are used to getting. But the main feature on this particular banjo is the block rim. We have been getting a lot of great feedback from players on the block rims. It is a much more difficult rim to manufacture. There's a lot of components that go into the block rims to make a high quality block rim, but it does result in a very lightweight, stiff wood rim, which in turn makes a very responsive banjo. That has been the feedback that we have gotten on these banjos, is how responsive the banjos are. And a lot of it you can contribute to the wood rim. It just gives a very stable platform for your banjo to be built around. But this is number 1 of the American Classic Series Style 4s, and well, hope you like it.
I wonder if you heard about the tone of your new block rims.
The tones, the feedback that we've been getting, and we've made several in maple, mahogany banjos, now walnut, more of an older banjo, much more similar to the old banjos. Now, it's hard to contribute that just to a wood rim. I think it is more of a whole banjo type of setup versus just one component. But what we find is these banjos, they sound older, quicker, because there's the settling in period is much shorter. This rim does not move. It seats in very fast, and I say being very stable. It just locks in and it's ready to go.
And the philosophy of the block rim is that it's there's less tension in the wood.
You know, there is, because there's it's not steam bent. We don't force the grain, and with the block rim construction, though it is more labor intensive, we can select each piece of wood. And now they're not very strong until you glue the layers together, and they are laid up as like a brick fashion, where the next block overlays the previous 2. It makes for an extremely tight, stress-free rim. I mean, when we can turn a 3-ply rim, and if it sits in the shop for any length of time, tone ring's not going to fit if it's left unfinished. On the block rims, doesn't change. They are rock solid. They stay dimensionally stable. And that's what we want in a banjo, is I want the banjo to be the same way it was machined on day 1 on day 30. And that's what we're finding on the block rims, is they stay tight.
And not only is it block rim, it's a factory floor block rim, right? So it's
Yes.
old wood, right?
This wood was actually used in a building that was constructed in 1870. The building was up in northern Wisconsin. It was a cold climate, old growth maple. So this wood's been air drying for the last 140 years, but we're averaging 60 to 70 grain lines per inch. So this wood is easily hitting 500 to 600 years old. And it is totally different. It actually smells just like the pre-war wood rims when you're turning it.
Wow. And what does it say on your hat?
Oh,
What's
okay.
on your hat?
Okay. Now we are moving our shop. We are moving our shop down to southern Alabama, a little warmer climate. but I'm fitting in with the local. So Roll Tide, it is Alabama Crimson, yes. So that's what the hat's for, fitting in with the locals.
And when do you expect your shop in Alabama to
Now,
be up and running? And
this one here is the last official banjo out of Louisville, Kentucky. Our new shop should be up and running in the first part of January.
fantastic. Love your banjos, Eric.
Thank you very much.